Zoodio, 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 Zoodio.
Let's find the animals. Sebastian's on safari. I wonder what he'll see. There's something moving in the grass. What could it be? Elephant. Zebra. Lion. Deep in the jungle taking selfies for his friend. Can you see them hiding? Which animals does he send? Monkey. Jaguar. Toucan. Sebastian's at the beach taking photos under the sea. He feels something strange. What's tickling his knee? Seahorse. Octopus. Crab. Sebastian's in the desert examining the sand. He spots something tiny. What lives in this dry land? Scorpion. Gecko. Ant. Sebastian's getting busy feeding animals on a farm. Which ones do you think might live in this red barn? Cow. Pig. Sheep. In a big hot air balloon above the Arctic snow, looking through a telescope. What's he spotted? Do you know? Narwhal. Polar bear. Seal. Walking through a museum of ancient history, Sebastian sees some dinosaurs. Which bones could these be? Pterodactyl. Stegosaurus. Tyrannosaurus rex. In a little submarine below the ocean's deep, looking out the portholes, what sea life can you peek? Shark. Jellyfish. Whale. Night vision goggles help Sebastian see in the dark. Some animals are nocturnal. Which ones live in this park? Bat. Owl. Possum. What a wild adventure! I think it's time for a nap. Let's look at all the animals on this big world map. Let's discover emotions. Peng Panda makes a sandcastle. It takes her half the day. A big wave crashes on the shore and washes it away. Peng feels sad. Peng wipes away her tears and has a little think. She makes one with a moat. This time it doesn't sink. Now Peng feels happy. Love Lion is finger painting. It's a cute teddy bear. But Dougal bumps the table. Paint splatters everywhere. Love feels angry. Love Lion stops. He takes a breath and lets his anger go. He wipes the paint across the page. Now it's a rainbow. Love feels proud. Ciara's at a party, while Ollie gets a bear. Ciara is not happy. She thinks it isn't fair. Ciara feels jealous. But Ciara Cat remembers. It's Ollie's special day. She claps her hands for him, and they both sit down to play. Now Ciara feels excited. Chloe Cow climbs into bed and switches off the light when a tapping on the window gives Chloe such a fright. Chloe feels scared. She switches on the lamp and has a chuckle when she sees it's just a tree branch tapping on the window in the breeze. Now Chloe feels relieved. It's a hot summer's day, so George buys himself a treat. Hope Hedgehog's feeling sad because she also wants to eat. But George is hiding something. Hope doesn't realize George brought 2 ice creams. What a nice surprise! Hope feels grateful. How are you feeling? Let's make some music. Betty Bird grabs some pots and finds 2 wooden spoons. What instruments make clangs and bangs and very noisy booms? A drum kit. Betty finds a comic book, Captain Flying Fish. She rolls it up, then toots a tune. What instrument honks like this? A trumpet. She finds an empty jam jar, then fills it with some rice. She shakes the jar, cha-cha-cha. What instrument sounds this nice? A maraca. She grabs a plastic comb, then wraps paper all around. What instrument do you think makes this same buzzing sound? A harmonica! Pouring water in 5 glasses, she lines them up on the ground. What instrument do you think makes a lovely ding-dong sound? A xylophone! She grabs a bunch of straws and cuts each one a different length. Which instrument makes cute sounds when you blow it with each breath? A pan flute! Betty finds some jingle bells and a hat from her hat stand. What instrument makes jingle sounds when tapped against your hand? A tambourine! Next, she grabs some rubber bands, a roll, and tissue box. Which instrument do you think makes a strumming sound that rocks? A guitar! Betty grabs some metal lids from large pots she has found. What instrument do you think makes this noisy clanging sound? Cymbals! The doorbell rings. Her friends are here. Right on time as planned. They each select an instrument. Now they are a band.
Now it's your turn to play.
Yeah.
Download Zoodio.